welcome to OC News. I'm Melissa Flores.
And I'm Tiffany Tejas. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
New information on the intruder who jumped the White House fence earlier this month. Sources confirm 42-year-old Omar J. Gonzalez was able to breach security and go past the East Room. Gonzalez allegedly had a knife and overpowered a Secret Service officer. He was eventually tackled by a counter-assault agent in the East Room after reaching a doorway to the Green Room, a parlor overlooking the South Lawn. The Secret Service is considering a number of proposals designed to prevent future incidents from happening, but no changes are imminent.
Thousands of pro-democracy protesters in Hong Kong, most of them students, have expanded their rallies all throughout the city disregarding orders to leave. CNN reporter Mary Maloney has the story.
Tensions between Hong Kong protesters and police came to a head Sunday. Hong Kong's hospital authority reported dozens of people were injured and hospitalized. A small number of police were also hurt. At stake, Hong Kong's ability to elect its chief executive in a democratic manner.
We want to select our own chief executive, by our people.
Protesters are upset with Beijing's plan for the 2017 election. The list of candidates will consist of only those people approved by the Chinese government. CNN's Ivan Watson reported riot police fired tear gas to try to disperse the crowd.
Both sides were appealing for calm, and then the tear gas just exploded in the midst of everybody. And I think people are still trying to recover from that acrid smoke now that has broken out in the heart of this financial capital.
Hong Kong is not just any Chinese city. The former British colony enjoys semi-autonomy under an agreement reached between the UK and China before the 1997 handover. A senior official with the Chinese government has said screening candidates is necessary to ensure the chief executive, quote, loves China, loves Hong Kong, and will safeguard the country's sovereignty, security, and development interests. In an op-ed for CNN, Hong Kong's current chief executive says the protesters' outrage is premature. Quote, we have not even started to discuss the detailed but crucial aspects of the nominating process for potential chief executive candidates. I'm Mary Maloney, reporting.
Congratulations, Titans. CSUF was honored today for its institutional initiatives and programs and received the 2014 Inclusion Cultivates Excellence Award. University President Mildred Garcia accepted the award at the College and University Professional Association for Human Resources Conference in San Antonio, Texas. Along with the award came a $6,000 contribution to the university's endowment or scholarship fund. The university is recognized for campus diversity and student success.
Listen up, CSUF students. Thanks to a California State University initiative, which began last year, Fullerton has been given over $800,000 to support efforts in redesigning the campus and student success. Assistant Vice President for Institutional Research and Analytical Studies, Ed Sullivan, said he thinks the initiative highlights the faith the CSU system has in its faculty. The main goal is to give students every possible opportunity to achieve their dreams and become successful, along with student learning and degree completion.
Cal State Fullerton, along with neighboring cities and city officials, hosted a symposium on hydraulic fracturing, commonly known as fracking. The event was held to gain knowledge of the oil extraction taking place in North Orange County. The fracking process creates cracks in the rock thousands of feet below the surface. Materials and fluids are carried through to hold the fractures open and increase the permeability of the formation, allowing resources to flow out. Interim Dean of the College of Natural Science and Mathematics, David Bowman, said the goal of the symposium is to provide the city leaders and the public with critical information needed to understand the local impacts of the oil industry. The process has become controversial in recent years due to suspended links to seismic activities, polluted groundwater, and other issues.
When we come back, we'll have a look at your weather for the week. Will taking aspirin help prevent cancer? And New York Yankees' Derek Jeter plays his final game. Stay tuned after the break.
Titan TV is a student-operated facility maintained by students.
It's on the Cal State Fullerton campus, and it's a great opportunity for Cal State Fullerton students to get hands-on experience directly in a studio environment.
Working with Titan TV puts me in this professional environment. Everyone here is really fun to work with and everyone just gets along so well. I'm having a great time.
Titan Radio is Cal State Fullerton's own radio station located in the basement of Pollock Library. Students can stop by and pick up an application during operating hours. Anyone who has a computer and internet can listen to us www.titanradio.org. A lot of people who want to pursue TV and film usually start out in radio, so it's always a great opportunity.
Welcome back. Wasn't the weather this weekend absolutely beautiful? It was perfect weather to be outside. Let's take a look at the current temperature here in Fullerton. We're looking at a current temperature of 81 degrees with a low of 63. Winds are moving at about 7 miles per hour and humidity at 48%. The sun is gonna set at 6:38 p.m. So let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. We're looking at partly cloudy throughout the whole week. It's looking at a high of 88 degrees tomorrow, and later in the week, temperatures continue to climb. As you can see, Thursday and Friday, we're looking at temperatures of 94 and even 99. Still partly cloudy for the rest of the week. Let's take a look at the Inland Empire. For the week, temperatures are hot and sunny all week long. We've got looking at the mid-90s for the next few days. And again, temperatures continue to climb to 97 and 100 degrees at the end of the week. Let's take a look at the coast. The coast is looking partly cloudy with beautiful temperatures in the high 70s and even some low mid-80s towards the end of the week. Note the lows looking in the 60s. Let's take a quick look at tonight's national forecast. As you can see, temperatures are really starting to cool down here in Southern California as well as in Phoenix and Las Vegas. Notice the stormy weather that's taking place on the East Coast. Looks like there's showers in Boston and Atlanta, and also down here in Florida. It looks like the Northwest is also seeing some rain tonight in Seattle and Boise. That's your weather forecast for today. Alyssa, back to you.
For years, doctors have recommended an aspirin a day to keep the heart healthy, but now scientists are finding the prescription drug can also lower the risk of developing a certain cancer. Holly Furfer has the details in today's Health Minute.
Many people take an aspirin every day to avoid cardiovascular problems. That's because non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, like aspirin, thin the blood, making it easier on the heart. Now researchers have found that non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs, may also lower the risk of developing an aggressive type of prostate cancer in some men. The study looked at more than 6,300 men, half of whom had never used aspirin or NSAIDs. Researchers found that NSAID use lowered the risk for overall prostate cancer by 13%. The risk of high-grade prostate cancer was lowered by 17%, but had no effect on the non-aggressive form of prostate cancer. Investigators say more research is needed to better understand why this happens, but they do believe that aspirin's ability to reduce inflammation may have something to do with it. That's because inflammation in the body has been shown to be a factor in the development of some cancers and heart issues. For today's Health Minute, I'm Holly Furfer.
A legend leaves the game and the United States takes on Europe. Let's go to Willa Valley for more in this week's sports news.
Thank you, Tiffany. Over the weekend, we said goodbye to a living legend in the game of baseball. To many Yankee fans, he is simply known as the Captain. Derek Jeter played his final game Sunday in Boston at Fenway Park. The well-respected shortstop played as the team's designated hitter in his final game of his career. After hitting the game winner on Thursday in his final at-bat in Yankee Stadium, we'll now take a look how his final at-bat of his career played out in front of the rival crowd at Fenway Park.
Here comes the 1-2. High chopper. Can't be fielded at third. That's going to go as an infield hit for Jeter on the Baltimore chop. Jeter.
Judging from the roar of that crowd, you wouldn't be able to tell if you were in Fenway Park. After so many years of battling against Jeter in the infamous rivalry, even die-hard Red Sox fans can acknowledge the career Jeter has had. Later after the game, Jeter spoke to the press about his career.
I had a blast. Listen, I got an opportunity to do what I wanted to do, the only thing that I've ever wanted to do. And, you know, I know that not a lot of people can say that. So I've been fortunate. But I've had fun, and there isn't a thing I would change. You know, there were a lot of fans that told me that they came a long way to see these last games, so I felt it was right to play here, and you know, I played out of respect for this rivalry and the fans here. Look, I've been here for, like I said, parts of 20 years, and if you're a Yankee fan or you're not a Yankee fan, if you want us to win or you want us to lose, you know, you have good, bad memories. There's a pretty good chance that I was a part of it. And what I mean by that is I took a lot of pride in playing every game, and you know, I missed some games, but I take a lot of pride in doing my job and going out there every day. So I think if you do that, then people may respect you. They may not necessarily like you or root for your team, but I think they have respect for you, and they've shown me a lot of respect throughout the course.
Baseball certainly won't be the same without Derek Jeter as the shortstop for the New York Yankees. Now off to other baseball news. With the Dodgers already clinched with their spot in the postseason, Don Mattingly decided to take the day off and appoint Juan Uribe as the one-day manager. Uribe won the number 2 in honor of legendary Dodger manager Tommy Lasorda, who was also in attendance. Uribe made good use of his day in charge by taking out pitcher Pedro Baez for pitcher Daniel Colom. Now, every 2 years, the world of golf comes to a halt as two continents face off in competition. The biannual men's golf competition between teams from Europe and the United States took place this weekend. The ending result was another victory for the Europeans. Team Europe, led by Rory McIlroy, finished as the winners on Sunday after beating the U.S. in Sunday singles. Better luck to us Americans in 2 years when the competition is played again on home soil. Now in campus sports, the men's soccer team extended their winning streak to 4 games with a victory over Grand Canyon University. The Titans won the game 1-0 thanks to Mitchell Bell's header in the 3rd minute of the game. The Titans take their 4-3-2 record into the Big West Conference play next week at UC Davis on Thursday. With the women's soccer team, they faced a hard-fought defeat against the University of San Diego. After competing with the game at 1-1 for most of the game, a header from Caitlin Kretschmar in the 77th minute was the deciding factor in the Titans' defeat. The women's takes their record of 7-2 record to the Big West Conference play on Thursday at Hawaii. That's all with sports today, guys. Back to you.
When we come back, the car show in Santa Maria that has car fanatics driving in from all over the country. And are you ready for a scare? Knott's Berry Farm Halloween Haunt event is in full effect. And George Clooney got married over the weekend. Details of the wedding coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
This financial advisor is being accused of committing one of the largest investment frauds in the history of the United States.
I guess we're not going to Aspen. That's fine. You see, I like tennis balls. He likes insider trading. So he's going to jail and I'm going to a shelter. And no, they're not the same thing. Shelters are for good pets that want to be adopted. Jails are for criminals. I did nothing. Uh-oh. Ooh, okay, I stole a cheeseburger once. I'm a dog.
Weight loss, it's one of the many ways to fight osteoarthritis pain. For more information on managing pain, go to fightarthritispain.org.
George Clooney recently tied the knot over the weekend with his fiancée. Kyle Stetzel has that and more for entertainment.
Today in entertainment news, a woman is suing Disney's film Frozen for $250 million, claiming they stole from her autobiography. Isabella Tanakumi, a New Jersey woman, has sued Disney over the hit film Frozen as she says the company stole from her autobiography titled Living My Truth and Yearning of the Heart. She lists 18 similarities between her book and the movie based on a Snow Queen. She states that both have an intense sisterly love. Hans Christoph are two characters in both works, and each display a betrayal of love. A Disney executive responded today saying the accusation is ridiculous. The Disney plans to make a franchise of the movie soon, including a brand new ride at Epcot. No word yet on the progression of the case. In lighter news, George Clooney recently wed with his fiancée over the weekend. The couple emerged to the public on a boat in a Grand Canal. Thousands of fans and paparazzi lined the banks, getting a glimpse of the new couple. Reports surfaced on Sunday stating the wedding was in English and took place in Venice, Italy. He married 36-year-old Amo Alamuddin, who is a London-based British-Lebanese lawyer. Some of the confirmed guests at the wedding were Bill Murray, Ellen Barkin, Emily Blunt, and Matt Damon, Bono, and Cindy Crawford. Brad Pitt was said to be invited, but reports say he never made an appearance. So congratulations to the newlywed couple. Now are you ready to scare your pants off? Knott's Berry Farm is hosting their annual Not Scary Farm through the month of October. It will end November 1st, but guests were eagerly waiting in line for a frightful evening on the 25th of September. Knott's has upped their ante from last year, having 8 mazes and a bonus maze, along with 2 big shows. Tooth Fairy and Voodoo are the new mazes this year, and Voodoo is one of Knott's new Choose Your Own Path maze. It holds a couple forks in the road, and you must decide your fate along the way. Tooth Fairy creates a scary scene inside a dental office and makes it look like a whole new nightmare. This weekend in the box office was another major hit for a couple movies. In The Maze Runner, which was #1 last weekend at a gross of $32 million, it dropped to #2 on the list this past weekend. The movie grossed only $17 million this weekend, as the #1 box office movie was The Equalizer at a gross of $34 million. The movie scored 4th highest September debut. The Box Trolls came in 3rd at $17 million, beating out This Is Where I Leave You by a wide margin. And a favorite book for many of us, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day is set to release on file in a couple weeks. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Anthony, I feel like no one understands me.
Come on, you're amazing.
Think I'm amazing?
Don't get me started on that cute little butt of yours.
What?
What?
You're so annoying.
Why can't you just chill out?
Are you kidding?
What's your problem?
For Alexander, life couldn't get worse.
I can't believe Elliot texted photoshopped pictures of me to the whole school.
Nice boobs, Alexander.
My black book! Unbelievable.
For his family, life couldn't be better.
I got a call today. I have an interview for a game design firm.
You could be looking at the new vice president of Lone Hill Press.
Once I get my license tomorrow, I kind of have everything I've ever wanted. I'm #blessed, you know?
But one day can change everything.
Shouldn't you guys be up?
Does anyone know where the diapers are?
Coming in for a razor, honey.
Mom, get out of here!
Sorry!
Hey man, guys are ready for you.
Here you go.
First we thought it was a little weird that you even applied for this job because we're pretty young and you're
older.
Face is all green.
It's not poisonous. I don't think it's poisonous.
I'll be your driving examiner.
It's my girlfriend probably wants to start prom. Would never answer the phone when I'm driving.
Proms don't happen every day.
Hey, Celia.
Put the phone down!
You tricked me!
Get out!
I don't think he passed.
This day is so cursed.
You're not passing the blame on this one.
It was her fault.
I don't feel a problem for anyone else. Stop! I think that you just gotta have the bad days so you can love the good days even more. Trust me, I would know.
We are not going to let this day get the better of us. Are we ready, Coopers?
Yes!
Let's go, Wreck-It Ralph.
You have no idea the kind of day we are having.
Is that a pirate's boss?
Well, that wraps up entertainment. Back to you, Tiffany.
Car owners have driven from all over the country for the Triumph Fest car show in Santa Maria, California. It's a tradition which began in Pismo Beach more than 20 years ago and has become a statewide event. Reporter Natalie Tavidian was able to take a ride in one of these cool cars. Here she is with the story.
Came down for the car show from Canada.
They're packing a lot of miles to bring their cars to Santa Maria this year.
Some from Arizona, and there might be Texas. I think I saw a couple Texas plates out there, so yeah, they do travel across the country.
More than 100 Triumph owners showing off their hard work at Triumph Fest 2014. These are classic British designed cars with a rich history. They're no longer being made. The last model rolled out in 1984. British car enthusiasts saying they've spent countless hours fine-tuning.
It's very cool. There's a lot of work and labor of love.
When I was a kid, these cars were pretty much throwaway cars.
But Dave Murray loves Triumph cars so much, he now owns several. He gave us a ride in his Triumph. The group turned the Santa Maria airport into a racetrack, and they loved it. Seeing who has the fastest time, that's something Dave says you don't normally see at a car show.
The doors are so low.
There's something unique about these cars.
The handling. It was relatively a cheap British car, inexpensive. Racing cars, the threes used to race all the time. Okay, so this is the start line right here, and normally you take off like crazy, but we can't.
That's going to do it for us here at OC News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Alyssa Flores.
And I'm Tiffany Tays. We'll see you on the next edition of OC News. Have a good evening.